So when Nat drinks and talks about stuff. Copyright 2012 because I haven't made a new one. Uh, it's been a while since I've done one of these, despite the request to have one. I, Stuff happens, uh, but I haven't made one of these videos in a while, but I'm making one now. Uh, I, I haven't made one because I wasn't really sure what to talk about, but I saw Joel this past week, and we started talking about weddings, which is a stupid thing for us to even talk about because from you know, when we started talking about weddings, how expensive they are, and how stupid it is to spend so much money on a single day of your life, and led to a conversation about the fact that if hypothetically one of us were to get married, we would need to find a girl who was cool with the idea that we're not going to go heavily into debt over one day in our lives. And I was saying that the average wedding costs like $30,000. Well, I found this. I Google. Hey, thanks Google, thanks. Costofwedding.com, and you can put in your zip code, and it'll give you the average cost of a wedding where you live. I think it was like $30,000. Average cost of a wedding in Saratoga County, New York, which includes Clifton Park, according to this website, $29,000. $29,027. The exact average price of a wedding in this area, which is ridiculous. So we're just gonna. It's over on monitor two. You can't see it, but over on monitor two we have the breakdown of everything that goes into paying for a wedding. And we're going to break it down and talk about what is completely unnecessary. I said to Joel that my budget for the wedding would be $3,000 to $5,000, which even to me that sounds like a ridiculous amount of money to spend in one day unless you're buying yourself something that is going to last more than one day, and you're saying, Matt, the memory, memories are important, but you don't need to spend a lot of money for memories. You can just do nice things and remember it. But let's break down the cost of a wedding in this area and see if we can find something that makes a little more sense. I'm just going to go through the way that they have it listed on this website. These are average prices. Attire and accessories, $1,847. Attire and accessories. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is uh, $1,747 for the woman to buy a dress and $100 for the man to rent a tuxedo for his wedding. Uh, Here's what I offer for my bride to be. You get to buy a new dress for the wedding. You don't have to wear something that you already have. You get to buy a new dress for the wedding. Uh, and buy something nice, but it doesn't have to be a wedding dress. Traditionally, the dress was white uh, because of the whole purity uh, of the bride thing, but I'm pretty sure I've never been to a wedding where that has been real. So the whole white dress thing is a little outdated. Weddings themselves are outdated, so like let's find new ways to do this. Number one, don't feel the obligation to wear a white dress. Just get a nice dress for yourself that doesn't cost $1,700, $200 max. Beauty and spa, $152. I don't know why that needs to even be included on the wedding thing, but I feel like it should be cost. If it is on the thing, I think it should cost more than that because, like, oh, this is beauty and spa stuff for a wedding, and it's like, oh, 100. It's not going to cost $152. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to charge you $500 because it's wedding related. Uh, Beauty and spa shouldn't even be on there. Entertainment, $1,607. Average price of entertainment at a wedding. We're talking about a DJ here. Uh, I have a phone that I have Spotify on. It costs me $10 a month to have Spotify on the phone. You can make your own playlist. Uh, let's be real here. There's uh, very for all the millions of songs that are out there. There's about you know, at the most like 50 songs that like get played at weddings. They're all the same songs. You go to a wedding, you know you're gonna hear the wedding hits, which is fine, you know. But do you really need to pay someone $1,607 to play the same songs? No. So I have my phone. I give it to, you don't want to go too young, but you find like a 16-year-old that doesn't even really want to be at a wedding. You're like, listen, like you get to like choose what the next song is going to be. Like here's the playlist. I'll make the playlist beforehand. You choose what the next song is going to be. Like, isn't that exciting for you that you get to choose this? And like, here's the deal. Like, here's the speakers. When Sweet Caroline comes on, the most important thing you have to do is that when Sweet Caroline comes on, you turn the music down so we can all go ba 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 without the music playing, and you turn it back up. Wedding. That's all you have to do, and then you pick what the next song is. So by having a teenager do that for free, I've just saved myself $1,607. Unless you want to say that if you want to put the $10 I paid for Spotify a month towards it, it's $1,597 I save myself. Flowers and decorations, $2,119. Uh, well, as for the whole venue, I think that it should be either the wedding should be at my house, or it should be at someone else's house who has, space. Uh, but I don't think I need to rent something out for a wedding because I'm trying to keep my wedding simple. Uh, so flowers, just in and of themselves, seem unnecessary. Decorations. I mean, you want to get some stuff out there so people know that it's a wedding, but I wouldn't go overboard with it. I wouldn't go $2,000 overboard with it. I'd say again, max decorations $200. Gifts and favors $806. So this is, I assume that this is that people in the wedding, like you buy them shit for being in the wedding. Uh, we're not having that at my wedding. Like you're my friend, just fucking fucking be at the wedding. I'm not buying you shit. Just you have to. You want I'm gonna give you headphones because you came to my wedding? No, just fucking come to my wedding. So the $806, that's just gone. There's not even a new budget for that. That's just gone. Invitations, $827. Slightly more to give some favors. $827 for invitations. Uh, I use this thing called Facebook. It costs me nothing. Just create an event, Nat and Rena's wedding. Uh, RSVP. Let me know if you're gonna make it. If you're not on Facebook, I probably don't want you at the wedding anyway. So I just saved myself $827. Wedding rings, $4,876. Now this is something that you can actually spend some money on because it is going to last more than the day. However, $4,876 is ridiculous. Uh, I don't want to have something on my body that costs that much, and I've never met a girl who I've trusted enough to have that kind of real estate on her finger. That girls tend to lose things and break things, and I just don't think that they should have anything on them that weighs costs anything that much. That's insane. So, wedding rings. I mean, my brother is married and he has a ring, and he was talking to some girl at work about how he was worried about like losing it or whatever. And the girl's like, well, what you should do is you should get like a replacement ring that costs, like $50 as like a replacement ring in case something were to happen to it. My brother's like, yeah, my wedding ring costs $50. But I'm the same way. Like, so wedding rings, don't go crazy with it. Something that looks nice, but know that she might lose it. And you get mad at her and just be like, and then that's why you get divorced because she lost your wedding ring. Photography and video, $3,437. I don't know how much Marcy charges for doing weddings. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's not that much. Whatever she charges, I would pay. I'm fine with Marcy doing my wedding. So there's one thing that I'd say you need to keep is the photography or whatever. Uh, but I feel like Marcy hasn't charged me that much for it. Planner and consultant, $1,779. Uh, no, I'm I'm gonna plan it. She's whoever mystical figure that she is gonna plan it. We don't need a planner or a consultant. I assume that both of us will have gone to enough weddings to get a gist of what it is. We don't need some nothing against gay people, but we don't need a gay guy coming in planning our wedding for us. And then here's the big fucking kick to the dick. Venue, catering, and rentals. I don't know why they wouldn't break that down more because that feels like more things. But venue, catering, and rentals, $15,525, which just trumps everything else. I feel like you should break that down more. The venue again, my house. Uh, I don't think Paul would charge me to have it at the house, so whatever. Just take that out. Catering. Here's where the big money thing comes in. So like people get married and they register for all this stuff that they want, and then people have to go and buy all this shit because there was a time in America where the two people that were getting married were not already fucking and living with each other for years prior to the wedding. Uh, so the whole wedding was the beginning of their lives together, just starting fucking and living in the same place. So they need all this shit to accommodate that. Now, everyone that gets married, they've already been fucking living together. So they're just filling the place that they've had with new shit that people bought them at the wedding. Uh, but that seems just archaic at this point. So here's the deal with catering. You don't have to buy me anything for the wedding. I have a toaster oven, I have a microwave, I have a refrigerator. Me and are perfectly. We've been living. We have our shit, so you don't have to buy any of that stuff. What you do is you are going to bring food and alcohol for the wedding to be shared among everyone. And we're gonna eat and we're gonna drink. We're gonna have a good time because we're celebrating the fact that me and whoever the fuck are getting married and decided like, hey, despite everything that we've seen in our lives, this still seems like a good idea to us or whatever. So we decided to get married. Uh, so we don't have to worry about like spending a lot of money on people for them to buy. Because here's the thing, like it's like people whatever you have a wedding, and it's like you're paying like at least like $100 a person. I've never gone out to eat and drink and like my bill has been $100. So why is it that I go to a wedding and someone else is being charged $100 because I'm there? So I'm saying minimum $100. I know it's usually more than that. So if I'm not worth that much money to you to be at the wedding. So let's just cut the bullshit. Know that you shouldn't be paying that much for me being there, and you just I'm gonna bring my own stuff. Like I bring fucking bottle of 3 cherry vodka, and I don't know, bring like enough KFC for like a few people or whatever, and like that's my contribution. And if everyone does that, then we're good. So no presents because I don't need, people don't need presents. They're living together. It seems totally unnecessary that you just get a bunch of. I mean, it seems ridiculous. It seems ridiculous that you're getting all this new shit just because it's like, hey, remember how yesterday we were living together, and yeah, it's gonna be like tomorrow, except we're gonna have rings on now instead, so buy me a fucking blender. Seems ridiculous. So it's $15,525 for venue, non-issue. Catering, I just took care of, and rentals. As far as rentals, I mean, I mentioned the renting the tuxedo under a tire and accessory, so maybe the wedding dress actually cost $1,847. I don't know. Point is, I just made a wedding for I feel like that was probably less than $1,000 for the wedding. And I explained to my parents that, like, if I were to get married, that I'd want to, like, have it at the house, keep it very simple. My mom says, well, what if the girl doesn't want that kind of wedding? I said, well, then I probably shouldn't be planning on spending the rest of my life with her. Mom and dad, you know, perfect fucking example. You know, these are things that you, like, when the girl's like, hey, I think that we should spend $40,000 in a single day and be in debt for the rest of our lives, take out a loan for a wedding. I think to myself, this girl that I'm planning on marrying might be fucking crazy. Well, that's the kind of things that need to go in your head when you're thinking about the person that you're planning on spending the rest of your life with. It might be a red flag. It should be a red flag. I hope it would be a red flag. All right, so his video is almost 60 minutes long. I feel like I've explained myself pretty well on my whole stance on weddings. And again, it's all hypothetical because why would anyone marry me? Well, there's just so many douchebags out there to marry instead. Uh, that's just, I'm clearly 29,000. Your kids are fucking doing it. Fucking douchebags getting married. All right, so this is it for tonight. Happy St. Patrick's Day. This is Nat Christiana with another episode of Drinks and Talks About Stuff.